Coco is a very interesting movie. It's definitely one of the more unique movies out there. And after this rewatch, I actually enjoyed it. It's not amazing or anything, but it's still pretty good. But let's be real, guys. I don't think anything else is gonna top Cars 3 at this point. But considering that there's a handful of movies in this marathon that I haven't watched yet, who knows? As long as they don't suck! The story itself is very well told. It's about a boy named Miguel who desires to become a musician, all from inspiration from Ernesto de la Cruz. But due to an incident regarding Ernesto de la Cruz, music is forbidden within a Mexican town. You know what that actually reminds me of, by the way? That Little Mermaid direct-to-DVD prequel nobody cares about. But anyway, only after traveling to the land of the dead, Miguel, after denying a blessing from his past family, seeks out to give his blessing to Ernesto de la Cruz, whom he believes is his great-grandfather, only to find out in the end that he's actually a murderer and poisoned Hector, who assisted Miguel in the movie, who is actually his great-grandfather all along, but wanted to be forgotten due to him venturing out to find music, which heartbroke his great-grandmother. That's honestly quite tragic, and it makes it all the more sad when he thinks that Coco, his daughter, has forgotten him. So that's why it's called Coco, oh! And all the while, Miguel tries to not end up going back with no music allowed in his life. Can we just talk about Ernesto de la Cruz for a minute? I mean, good lord, he made for a pretty fascinating twist villain. Miguel thinks that, for a vast majority of the movie, Miguel is his great-grandfather, only to find out that once Hector arrives, he finds out that Ernesto stole Hector's songs to make him famous. That's honestly pretty relatable, am I right? I mean, can you really blame Hector for being so pissed off at Ernesto for stealing something he wrote? I'd be too if I was in his shoes. And during the scene where Miguel and Hector are down, that's when Miguel realizes that Hector is indeed his great-grandfather, and not Ernesto, who murdered Hector when he was trying to leave. What a nasty guy, man. I mean, the whole town was seen as if Ernesto was the inspiration, only to see that it was actually Hector. What a tragic moment for the guy. And you can't really blame Imelda for being salty with the guy upon seeing him. I mean, parting ways with his wife and daughter just to achieve his own goal can really cause somebody to be heartbroken. But I love Imelda in all seriousness. She may seem like a bitch at first, but across the movie, she has a change of heart. And that moment where she sings in front of everyone in the climax trying to get the photo from Ernesto is such a fun sequence. By the way, great parallel to Ernesto's death in the living world in the land of the dead when he's defeated once and for all. And this movie has quite a bit of sad moments, like that scene where Hector sings to his dying friend, which later gets paid off in the end when Miguel sings to Coco before she dies. I've had a lot of people cried at this scene, and I can see why. It really is such a sad scene. And I just want to talk about the scene where Miguel is about to perform. I really feel his pain in this scene. Hector is trying his best, but Miguel's still nervous. I mean, it is a competition, and you really feel all the pressure when he's singing, and when he's about to be caught by Imelda and Co. when he's still performing. Just wanted to mention that. Oh, and that moment when Hector tells Imelda why he left her for years is such a powerful moment for him. Imelda is, at first, hesitant, but she does decide to help him despite not forgiving him for what he did. It's a great moment for him, and it's a great moment for Imelda. It shows how far she's come in this movie thanks to Miguel showing up. And now on to other things. The animation in this movie while not as amazing as the last two movies, is still very pleasing for the eyes. That intro sequence was so beautifully done, and everything in the Land of the Dead is so pretty to look at. All the leaf details with the land's bridge, and all the lights on the buildings are very well lit. And I don't really have that much to say in terms of the music. It's great, but doesn't have that power of the last two movies' music. But I can't fault Michael Giacchino's work here. His music is very Mexican-like, which fits the style of what this movie is going for. And that was Coco. Honestly, watching this film after the immense power that was the last two films did kind of leave something to be desired. But you know what? That's kind of understandable. Because the team really did put their ounce and effort into both of the last two movies musically, visually, and story-wise. But nonetheless, I still had a good time with Coco. I would highly recommend you give this film a shot if you're interested in Mexican culture. Though it is kind of on the lower end of Pixar films for me despite liking it. But hey, at least it's not the worst Pixar film I've seen. But, you know the old saying, once you go up, the next thing to go is down. Tomorrow, the time has finally come. The time that I have been dreading secretly since the very beginning of this marathon. Incredibles 2 is tomorrow, and I'm so scared to watch this. Why? Well, because this may be the first true dud of this marathon. Will it though? Well, find out tomorrow. Mother of God, pray for me.